Dear students, today we are going to discuss 4 important concepts in income tax. Let us start our discussion. Person. Who is a person? When you hear the term person, you might be thinking person is an individual. But according to Income Tax Act 1961, definition of person is inclusive definition. Section 2, subsection 31 defines person includes individual, Hindu undivided family, company, firm, AOP or body of individuals, local authority and every artificial juridical person. Let us check one by one. Individual. Individual means natural person like you and me, that is all human beings. Second one, Hindu undivided family. According to that law, HUF consists of all persons lineally descended from a common ancestor and includes their wives and unmarried daughter. Third one, company. A company may be public or private, domestic or foreign company. Firm means partnership firm. AOP and body of individuals. AOP means two or more persons joining together for a common purpose to earn income. Body of individuals means association of individuals who carry on some activity with the objective of earning some income. You have to remind one thing, what is the difference between association of person and body of individuals? Only individuals can form body of individuals, but in AOP, only persons can form AOP. Next one, local authority. Local authority means an organization that has the responsibility to provide all the services to common people of a particular area. For example, municipality, Gram Panchayat, corporation, etc. Last one, artificial juridical person. Who is artificial juridical person? It is not a single natural person, but authorized by law with duties and rights and is recognized as a legal person having distinct identity. It includes any incorporated organizations. Sometimes a confusion may arise in your mind now. Is assessee and person are same? What do you think? In last class we have discussed that assessee is a person who is liable to pay the tax either for his own income or in respect of others. That does not mean every person is liable to pay tax. If you are individual and your total income is below the prescribed limit as per income tax slab rate, then you are not liable to pay tax. In this case, you are not an assessee, but you are a person. So it can be said that every assessee is a person, but every person is not an assessee. Next one, heads of income. Are you aware which income is computed as per Income Tax Act 1961? Section 14 deals with heads of income. There are 5 heads of income: salaries, income from house property, profits and gains of business or profession, capital gains, and income from other sources. First one, income from salary. This includes earnings from employment. It includes wages, pension, gratuity, fees, commission, profits, transferred balance in recognized provident fund, etc. That is all earnings from employment comes under the purview of income from salary. Next one, income from house property. This includes any rent you earn by letting out a house. Here you have to remind that it is rental income from properties owned by person other than those which are occupied by him are charged under income from house property. If the property is vacant, you have to be deemed that property as deemed to be let out, and a notional income is included under this head. Next one, income from business or profession. This includes the income earned by a businessman or self-employed professional. Next, capital gain or loss. This includes profits or losses you incur by selling any movable or immovable capital property. That would include land, building, house, shares, jewelry, etc. Income from capital gain includes long-term capital gain and short-term capital gain on sale of any capital assets. Last one, income from other sources. The income not included in the above mentioned heads comes under income from other sources. Example, interest from bank deposit, interest on securities, dividend, royalty income, winnings on lotteries, winnings from races, and gift received among others. These are the 5 heads of income. Income from salary, income from house property, profits and gains from business or profession, capital gains, income from other sources. Next one, gross total income. Section 80B, subsection 5 deals with gross total income. Gross total income is the total income you earn by adding all heads of income. Income from salary, income from house property, income from business or profession, capital gain, income from other sources earned in a financial year are all added to arrive at GTI. Once again, GTI means it is the total income you earn by adding all the 5 heads of income earned in a financial year. Next one, total income. Section 2, subsection 45 states what is total income. Total income is the income on which tax liability is determined. Section 80C to 80U provides certain deductions which can be claimed from gross total income. The total income is derived after subtracting various deductions under section 80 from gross total income. So total income means first of all you have to add all the 5 heads of income, then you will get gross total income. From that you have to deduct deductions under section 80C to 80U, then you will get total income. In this slide you can see how total income is computed. It is stated 5 heads of income: salary, income from house property, profits and gains of business or profession, capital gain, income from other sources. First of all, you have to add all those 5 heads of income. When you add 5 heads of income, you will get gross total income. From that, you have to subtract if there is any deduction under section 80C to 80U. Then you will get the balancing figure is known as total income. Thank you.